Oh, that is different from StreamYard, isn't it? Wow. All right, I'll just sit here a minute and see if anyone comes in before I start yapping. I'll start yapping soon. I was going to go on earlier, but every time I do, someone I want to watch comes on. So I don't get much done at all. As you all know, I'm always complaining how I never get my laundry done. That's a thing. So I wanted to come on. Oh, look at this. Okay, there's the chat. Wanted to come on and just talk about the wonderful trip to Minnesota for Tony's celebration of life that we went for the whole Clearwater, well, not the whole Clearwater crew, but most of us and quite a few of us. It was just a beautiful time. And it was a great adventure because a lot happened. Jen! Hello! Like meeting you, for instance. It was absolutely wonderful. That was so lovely. Hello, Socrapides. Welcome. So I just wanted to give a little debriefing because it was so lovely. I have to share it with you. It was just an absolutely wonderful time. And it was really interesting. It was a quick little adventure in and out. In Saturday, out on Monday. Hello, Cricket. Mwah. So lovely to see you here. And it was so lovely to meet you. It was kind of a surprise because I knew certain people were going, but still, because I have fibromyalgia and I get fibro fog a lot, it was such a surprise to bump into the people that were there. Oh, hey, I was so excited to see everyone. It was just lovely. It was just absolutely wonderful. So first of all, we got to, George picked me up. We went to the airport. We met up with everyone in the lounge. We got to sit in the lounge and have some snacks before we got on board. It was really pleasant. We boarded, and I got a seat in the aisle. In the middle was this young, very handsome man in his like mid-30s, and then a young lady by the window. She was 16. She was just this sweetheart, like a really grown-up lady. She was only 16, but she had a little touch of maturation in her. She was really sweet. And this guy sitting between us, his wife and daughters were a couple of rows behind. Well, he kind of kept looking at the young lady's phone. He kept kind of leaning it and asking her questions. And so I kept bugging him and asking him questions like, well, where are you from? Behind us were three ladies seated, and they even clocked his vibe, his little attitude toward her. They looked at me, I looked at them. We're like, okay, we're on to him. It wasn't just me. In front of me was a young mother with two beautiful daughters. So it was basically surrounded by all these women. And we've clocked this guy's vibe already. So at one point, we had to land earlier than Minnesota because a storm was going by. We landed in Rochester. And to get gas, like, didn't he know we were going that far? Didn't he get enough gas? It's not like we were circling, but he didn't get enough gas. So I have questions. Anywho, as soon as this guy got up to go check on his wife and kids, I slid into his seat. This poor young girl was really creeped out because he actually touched her leg a couple of times. And all of us just kind of, I was like, my spidey senses, my dragonfly senses were all aflutter. So anyway, he was a bit upset when he came back and had to sit. And I'm like, yeah, we don't need to move. We're going to be landing, get up in the air and landing again pretty soon. Friggin' creep. So we get up in the air again, and it's supposedly less than an hour to get from where we are to Minneapolis. And we hit some turbulence. Now, I've flown since I was a little girl. I've flown transatlantic. I've never been afraid of being in a plane, even when we've hit turbulence at times. this got me. It dropped and then it dropped again, a real sudden drop, but really like where everyone kind of comes out of their seat kind of dropped, where your heart is somehow ending up in your throat kind of drop. Everyone on board screamed. The worst part were the little girls in front who screamed so loud. And as a mom, when you hear a child scream like that, it does something to you. That did it to me. It was those little girls screaming. That I was like, oh, I got in like mom mode, like mama bear mode. Like, oh, who do I have to kill around here? It was really scary. It was really scary. I've never been afraid to fly. And we hit turbulence all the way back anyway. So we landed. So the young lady next to me, apart from the whole scary trip of, like the Magic Mountain dips, and Mr. Creepo, she was like, she had enough, bless her. But all us women, we were all like, yeah, we'll looked at each other like, yeah, if we have to fucking take him, we will. So that was interesting. So we get to the airport. Donna Hannah. Oh, thank you. Oh, I know, honey. Okay. See, how do I just click on it? Does it do something if I click on it? No. See, I don't know how this works. I love that shade of purple. Thank you. I'm just dropping in to say hi because I'm drained after Selfless Self-Attack Nora for absolutely no reason. I know, I just watched it too. And that's why I needed to come on because that got me a bit fired up. So I'm really trying to keep it cool because that wasn't very helpful at all for anyone. Oh, nice. So yeah, let's not go there, shall we? Not right now. Not right now. Lost Mittens. Hey, love. Hey. Hello, God's angel. I see you. So, oh, hello, Bob. We got to talk. Thank you. Oh, look at you. You're so sweet. Aww. So we land in Minneapolis, and Nora comes to get us, and Natalie, and it was so wonderful. It was so good. It was so nice to hug everyone and just have a giggle. So we get back to the Airbnb, and it's this beautiful big Minnesota house, and there's like a creek behind it, and there's trees everywhere. There's tiny little frogs. A mama deer ran by with two of her babies. There's little chipmunks and freaking squirrels. I was in heaven. It was so cute. The weather, though, was worse than Clearwater. The weather was worse than Florida, and I can't believe I'm saying that. Minnesota made me so glad to be able to come back home to Florida. I can't believe I'm saying that. It sounds very odd to say that out loud. But it was so humid in Minnesota. It was oppressive. Like it really was. It was a lot. It knocked it out of you. And as much water, I had a bottle of water in my hand at all times. It doesn't matter. I was dehydrated as could be. It was so, you just sweat. You just sweat. There's nothing you can do. You just sweat. You're just sweaty. So good thing I live in Florida because I was kind of used to it. But this was excessive. It really was. But, I didn't have to pack much because it was so hot. Now, just in cases, because when I looked on a map, I realized Minnesota is really close to, like, right next door to Canada. And I'm thinking, well, that should be cold up there, right? I've flown over Canada and it was very icy. I know not all of Canada is icy. I mean, I'm not that dumb, but, anyway. So just in case, I went and bought some sweatpants. Didn't need them. I could have dipped them in ice water and wrapped them around my head. That's what I could have done with them. Other than that, didn't need them. So excessive packing. But we get to this beautiful Airbnb. It's this beautiful house with a little backyard and stuff. Like I said, there's a creek and everything. It's really cute. They even have a pizza oven and everything in the house. It was adorable. And so we go out protesting. First of all, we went down to the Minnesota org, the St. Paul org, and we went protesting. And that was fun because we got to meet a bunch of people there. That's the first time I ran into Barb. So guess what I did? I screamed her name, Barb. So we hugged. She's a good hugger. Barb's a good person. And oh my God, there was a bunch of other people down there. I'm so sorry, everyone. I forget your names. Old, fibro fog, menopause. I don't know. The heat. All of that put together. But I love you all. You know who you are. So it was wonderful to meet all the protesters down there already. Windy City Satan. I got to meet Windy. He was there. And, you know, we just all of a sudden the group started coming together. It was really, really good. And we spent some time together after that. And we had a good old laugh and just lovely people. Just everyone's just lovely. So we got back to the Airbnb and we went night-night, brushed our toofies, went night-night. And in the morning, you know, I woke up, really nice bed. And I hear George, I can smell the coffee, and I hear George and Sandy. They're up and they're chit-chatting. So I get up and I walk out and they go, hey, what'd you do? And I'm like, excuse me, what? Good morning. They're like, what did you do? Did you flip a switch or something? And I'm like, huh? What, me? I go, I just got out of bed. Like, you're talking too much already. What? And apparently the electric went out just as I walked out the room. And I'm like, no. I go, I noticed my phone, you know, the Wi-Fi went a bit funny. Is something wrong? And they're like, yeah, it looks like the electric went out. Well, at least the stove was gas, so I could make myself a cup of tea. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. So I made myself a cup of tea. And so Nora's like, well, at least I'll go take a shower. Even if it's cold, I'll just, you know, I'm used to taking cold showers. I'll just go do that. She's used to living in a gulag. So she only got like 3 minutes of water because the water's on a pump, actually. It seems like the house is on a well. They have a well instead, and it's pumped in electronically. Well, we have no electricity, so there was no water. Good thing she didn't shampoo her hair. So we realized that none of this is good. Oops, what are we going to do? We haven't showered. We're still tired, knackered from the night before. Just, you know, a bit, you know, stinking up a bit. Like, we need a shower. So we had to call Natalie and like, hey, is it okay if we come over and shower at your place? So all of us had to grab all our stuff and go over to Natalie's to be able to take a shower and clean up because there's no way I'm going to the party smelling like I did. So we got nice and clean. And, you know, everyone was there. It was just so cool. Everyone was just hanging out in the house. And you go and chat with someone, you know, with Jen and Aaron for a bit. And then go chat with Nora for a bit. And then go chat with George and Sandy for a bit. And then go and chat with Natalie for a bit. It was just, and her sister Lana. Just, oh, my God. Natalie's family, all of them are just so freaking lovely. And Tony's family. Oh. Beautiful people, all of them. All of them are like good salt of the earth people. So wait, where was I? I digress. Oh yeah, so we couldn't really go back to the Airbnb because it didn't seem like the owner was doing much about getting it fixed up. And she said something like, oh, I'll get you 2 rooms in some other little hotel somewhere. And we're like, no, we came to an Airbnb with rooms. We don't want 2 rooms in some dingy little hotel. Like, no, that's not, it's not equivalent. That doesn't work out. Doesn't flush, lady. So people were moved around. Things were done. Mountains were moved. And we all ended up staying at the guest house where everyone was anyway, which made it even better because we were all there together. And it was awesome. The guest house is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful inn to stay at. If you ever go to Excelsior for any reason, stay there. Now, in pictures, and because a lot of us said that once we got there, In pictures, it looked like it was a house in the middle of a field somewhere, in the middle of, some grass, a wooded area. No, it's downtown Excelsior. So parking was a bit of a, I mean, we had special parking because we were VIP, of course, but still, parking, because 250 people came. There was at least 250 people there. There were people everywhere. All kinds of beautiful people came from all over the place. It was such a beautiful day. Natalie's sister Lana and her husband are just so nice. Tony's family, his first wife and his sons were there. His sons are so lovely, very handsome young men. And one of them, he and I chatted for a while in Spanish because he's going to Spain, where I used to live in Valencia, for an exchange student program or something. Anyway, so we got to chat about Spain and for a bit. Just beautiful, beautiful boys. Very mature, very well mannered, everyone. It was just lovely. And the food. I have to go back to Minnesota just to eat. Oh, the food was unbelievable. And I'm not a big eater. I'm kind of picky. We had barbecue one day. That was insane. We had Hawaiian food another day, and even the spam things. Okay, so spam in England was wartime food. It was poor people ate spam. So whenever I grew up and I went over to Hawaii and I heard that spam was a big deal over there, I was really like, wow. Spam was eaten everywhere during the war, and it kind of stuck here. So when I went to Maui, I never tried any of the spam dishes. Did go to a luau and stuff, but I didn't try any of the spam. Well, boy, was I wrong. They're like these little sushi boxes of ooh-ness. So good. Wrapped in nori with some sticky rice, chunk of spam, and this sauce from heaven. Oh, I had 3 of them. They were so good. I'm like, this is really spam? Are you sure it's not lobster? Like, this is spam? It was very good. And I forget what the name of it. Oh, I just keep thinking kimosabe. I can't remember the name of it. Oh my God, it was so good though. And all the rice, and the pulled pork. Oh my God, the pork was so good. Anyway, the food in Minnesota was insane. So Sunday morning, right before we went to the airport, we all went out to this breakfast place. And Nora sat next to me and she had this thing called a Dutch boy, which is like a big freaking Yorkshire pudding with lemon and powdered sugar and stuff. Oh, she gave me a piece of it. It was insane. For the coffee, they give you real cream, not that half and half stuff, like real cream. The butter tastes so good. I need to go back to eat. Musubi? Spam musubi. How do you say it? The masabi? Spam masabi? See, kimosabe. That's all I can think of. Spam masabi. Oh, hell no. Laurie, you love fried spam? Really? Okay, see, I'm going to have to do that. I'm going to have to, buy some spam and try it. Musubi. Oh, it is musubi. Thank you. Okay. Pinche, ¿cómo estás? Hola, hermana. Gracias por venir. Yeah, Natalie and her family had the support of so many friends. Absolutely. We were all there to have and we were so loving with her and gentle. And it was just fun because it was just a bunch of friends having fun. We really had fun. And it wasn't all about Scientology either. It's just not. This is just friends hanging out, being humans, normal humans. And that's pretty much what it was. It was, oh, hey, Marilee. You watching on high? Really? Did you like watching when it's really high? When you listen to squirrel speed? Hee. See how that sounds? Sorry, I'm so annoying. Thank you for being here, Marilee. I really appreciate it. Musubi, that's it. Yeah, that stuff's good. So I'm going to see if there's any Hawaiian food restaurants around here because I am turned. I'm totally turned on spam. I got turned. Um, and then at the party also, Granny G gifted me a golden spatula. I have to consecrate it as a ritual tool now in the next new moon. But look at this, isn't it awesome? Look at my golden spatula now. I have the beautiful holy first one, holy first, holy second. So it's on and popping now. I got two. So this will be coming with me to LA. It'll be coming with me everywhere, just like this one did. I took this one with me. I don't know if you guys saw. Apparently the video went out already of me rubbing this over Aaron's head. He was really good about it. He's a good sport. He knows how silly I am. I bought my purple spatula. Lady Jane out, good. It's a good thing you did. The place in Tarpon Springs. Oh, I want to go back there. I need to get some more shorts. Hey, Carrie Ann. So good to see you. Oh, you grew up in St. Paul? Oh, it's gorgeous there. Yeah, no, I really want to go back another time and, just to see more. It was just beautiful. The architecture, the flowers, all the trees and the plants, just gorgeous. It was just beautiful. And of course, there's lots of green because there's water everywhere. It's kind of swampy. There's lots of bulrushes and creeks and ponds. We saw a bunch of freaking wild turkeys running around, big ones too. They were looking at us like, what? They had attitudes. Like you don't mess with those guys. There was like 6 of them too. So I was about to get pecked to death by a bunch of turkeys. Nance was there. I got to hug Nancy Drew. We boobed each other. Oh, actually, on the way out, when we were at the airport, I was standing a bit too. You know how in the line and stuff, you get too close to people. Well, George kind of bent down, and when he stood up, I bumped into him, and I went, "Hey, Chadwick." So I boobed him. I'm going to have to wear caution tape now, too. I'm going to have to get one of those T-shirts, Nance. I have to get one of those caution tape T-shirts. Because, yeah. Hi, boob. That's it. That's what it is. Alicia kind of started that, really, when we were in Austin. We high-fived each other with our boobs. That's it. It's a high boob. Oh, my God, Laurie. You just started something. Well, Alicia started it, but you named it, and now it's a thing. Boobapalooza. The trouble boobs can get into. Oh, for real. And I don't even really use mine, but look how much trouble I can get into already without even using them. So, yeah, I boobed George, and that wasn't great, but it's happening. So who else was at the party? Let's see. Oh, Juanita, Kim D. High, Jersey Jan, Granny G, Debbie. I just remembered Debbie. Freezinu, my buddy. We could get in trouble. Natalie's daughters are absolutely gorgeous young ladies and so friggin' smart. And her son Gerard too. He's just lovely. Oh my God, her family, all her family were just amazingly lovely people. Even her brother-in-law, he was lovely too. To make you laugh, Cheryl, one of the grands came home with a Build-A-Bear she named Dover. Really? Oh no. Oh, I'm gonna have to make a little Father bend over thing, aren't I? I really need to. That's funny. Yeah, I gave away a bunch of little thetans to everyone too. Shoot, who else is there? See, I can't. I wish I could remember everyone's name. I wish I could have written it all down. Oh, Ted S was there, and Ted was just lovely. Natalie's daughter's son, the fiance. Oh, see, I can't remember his name either. He was a Marine, and he when he was with Prince Harry in Prince Harry's battalion when he was in Afghanistan, and he was just a riot. He was just such a cool guy. It was really cool. Oh, and then Kevin. I think Kevin was one of Toadie's friends. See, I, of course, being a daughter of a Scientologist, of course, ended up doing the Landmark Forum at some point in my life, and Kevin did too. So we kind of connected on that. So I started giving him a bit of a hard time with Landmark Forum words. I'm like, "Are you off your rackets? Do you have your commitments all set out? And are you in integrity? Are you creating?" And he just kind of hung right back in on me, and it was fun. It was fun. It was good having a chat with Kevin about Landmark and stuff. Um, who else? Who else was there? Well, of course, George and Erin and Jenna and Nora. And like 250 people. This is why I can't remember everyone. Oh, Lisa and Debs, they from Kansas. They hooked me up. I love you, sisters. Um, who else was there? Nance, Cricket. Cricket was there. Did I say Cricket already? uh, so we hung out. We ate really good food, and then, like towards the end, George, myself, and Sandy and Nora had to go to the Airbnb to go get our things because that's when we found out that they weren't going to be fixing the electricity and we wouldn't have any water, so we wouldn't be able to stay there at all. It wasn't great. The storm knocked everything out. The storm that came by Friday night was worse than the hurricanes we have here in Clearwater, like for reals. I went outside and I almost got blown away, like got Mary Poppins. It was so, I'm like, this is loud. I want to go home. So yeah, the storm that came by knocked it out. That was pretty bad. So halfway through this is towards the end of the party, we had to leave to go back to the Airbnb to collect our belongings because, like I said, mountains had been moved, people had been moved around, and things had been done for us so that we could bring our gear back to the guest house and stay there the night and actually be able to use the bathrooms, have a cup of tea. Oh, I drank lots of tea because they had a kettle. So that kettle was on all the time. And everyone knew when the kettle was blowing to come outside and get me. One of Natalie's daughters, she's like, Cheryl, your kettle's on. It's blowing. I'm like, oh, thank you. Here we are, cup of tea. See? Oh, Mama Opal. I met Mama Opal. She is the loveliest. We went for a drive and we sat and had the most wonderful chat. We connected on so many things. I love Mama Opal so much. We went to pick up the food and they sent us to the wrong place. So we got to drive around Minneapolis and see a lot of it and have a really good chat. And yeah, very interesting. We connected on a lot. It was wonderful. I love you so much, Mama Opal. You made the trip worthwhile. Know what I mean? So yeah, there we were hanging out. Oh no, right. Before we left, Lana did the hula. First of all, that song to me is very special. It reminds me of someone in particular. So it always makes me cry anyway. It's just a beautiful song. If you listen to the words, it's just a beautiful song, and the harmony is gorgeous. And then watching Lana do the hula to it, it was so moving, you guys. You could feel it. You could feel the crowd. We were all like, like this. It was so beautiful, so touching. Lana is such a beautiful soul. She freaking is. Watching that was just, I was crying. I had tears just streaming down my face. It was so beautiful. And I know Tony was there. He could feel it. Ugh, okay. It was really lovely. You could really feel that we all came together to have our arms around Natalie and, make it a lovely celebration for Tony. That's what he wanted. He didn't want, like a whole big wake thing. He just wanted a party where everyone hung out and had a good time. And that's basically what it was. And, you get to do the little socialized butterfly thing here and there. You got to talk to everyone a little bit. And I didn't get enough pictures. I was having such a good time being a social butterfly or dragonfly that I completely forgot to get pictures of everyone. I got some pictures, but I didn't get pictures of everyone. So I'm really sorry, guys, if I didn't get pictures with you. You should have said, because I would have taken a picture and I would have had you send it to me. Anyway, it was just wonderful. So we had to leave, go and get our stuff, and we came back. And by the time we came back, everyone had left already because it was after the allotted time for the party. And so we all had dinner together and just hung out and just hung out in little groups here and there. There was a deck upstairs. There was a little seating area with a wood little fire thing, and it was lovely. It's just lovely. We just kind of hung out, and then we all went to bed and got up the next morning, and it was storming. I'm like, oh my God, are we going to be able to fly out of here? And all the Minnesotans are like, no, this will blow over. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. I'm like, really? Because this doesn't look good. And it did. It blew over. They knew what they were talking about. And then the flight home, thank goodness, this one was uneventful. And at least this one, I got to sit next to George. I got to sit next to someone I knew. It wasn't some weirdo creep that, I had to keep away. I wanted to watch the movie Wicked Little Letters, which I did on the flight back because George was watching stuff on he was watching Marilyn and watching Nora. He downloaded a bunch of videos. And I watched Wicked Little Letters. It's such a good movie. You guys have to watch it. Especially if you love to hear English people and Irish people swearing. It's really good. So at least the flight back, I got to sit next to George. It was uneventful. We did hit a little bit of turbulence, but it wasn't like Magic Mountain turbulence like we did on the way out. That really was sketchy. Man, that was so scary. We saw the Hula Lana did. Mama Opal had Natalie's phone. Yeah, and live streamed it. Yeah, and George's eulogies. I know, right? It was so lovely. It was so lovely. I know. Nora didn't take any pictures either. That's what I'm saying. That we were having such a lovely time. Please send me the photo that you got of us. Okay, I got 2 of us. I'll send them to you. So you got 0 photos. Exactly. We were just having such a lovely time, just hanging out, chit-chatting here and chit-chatting there and going and getting some food and walking. It was just lovely that we really didn't even think about getting pictures. So we all have to do this again, okay? We all have to come back together again and do it. But yeah, that was lovely. I know, Mama Opal. See, exactly. Mama Opal got the pictures. Mama Opal I told her when I was there, I go, you are the leader. And she goes, thank you for calling me that and not something else. Then that's what they call women. I don't like that word either. She goes, thank you for not calling me bossy. I'm like, no, you're not bossy. She gets stuff done. Mama Opal kept everything going. Like, George is like that too, and Mama Opal. They just had everything in order, everything under control, and know what to do at the right time. They're in the right place at the right time, and it's just very helpful. And just nonstop. I mean, Mama Opal, you were doing the dishes after we were all outside just hanging out, and you were inside doing the dishes. None of us knew. So, yeah, she was on it. So the pictures that Mama Opal got, just freaking awesome. She got pictures of all of us. So actually got to see everyone else that was there apart from the 10 pictures of I got. No senior citizen discount. Oh, you guys went to breakfast too? Yeah, I took no pictures. Well, yeah, because we were asked not to take any lives or anything. But we were taking pictures though. We were all taking pictures of each other. But like I said, I didn't get enough. There you are, Free Xenu Project. Oh, we could get in trouble. We were fancy hotel breakfast. Oh, nice. Oh, I had Minnesota donuts. Oh my God, filled with creamy custard something. What? Like, why? Why are you people? I have to go back. I have to go back to eat. I'm hungry just thinking about it. The breakfast alone tasted unreal. The bacon doesn't taste like Clearwater bacon. The bacon has got like this smoky, sweet flavor of things, of times gone by. Oh my God, it tasted so good. The eggs tasted so good. They actually had flavor. And they didn't ask me if I wanted wheat, white, or rye toast. It didn't come with toast. It came with pancakes. Everything came with pancakes. I want to go back there. I want to go back there, and I want to live there in the kitchen with the pancake maker, because that was really, really yummy. So it was good that we went out to breakfast first, so that we didn't, we just in case anything happened, if the plane had to land somewhere again and we had to wait on the tarmac, we were going to be full. So we had a hearty breakfast, and we flew home uneventfully. I got to watch the movie, and George got to watch a bunch of stuff too. And then we chatted for a bit about important stuff that I had questions for him. Yeah, and that was it. Then we came home, and okay, so I have a new roommate, and it was lovely. I walked in the door. She had the kettle on and 2 tea bags sitting in a cup ready for me. Now that's a good roommate. I was so happy. I'm like, I need a cup of tea so bad. So I got my cup of tea. What's going on? Is everyone being nice in the chat? Ted S. Hey. Wendy. Oh, it was so good to meet you. Wendy is so lovely, and he's so cheeky, and I just loved being around him. He's just such a nice person, and he's very smart and very interesting. And yeah, we all were just having such a good time. Such a bunch of good people there. It was very pleasant, I must say. Very pleasant. Hi, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Hello. Yeah, God's angel. I see you there. Yeah, Freezy new project, and we got a couple of I got a couple of pictures with him, of course, and Ted. Hi, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Thank you for popping in here. So that was really a lovely trip. I'm very glad I got to take it. It was fun. Well, and then of course, okay, all right, let's go there. So I'm in the car with Nora's driving, Sandy and George, and Nora says, "Oh, go look what Mitch dropped in his community page." I'm in the car with Nora, and the opening line is, "Oh, thank you for showing me what a piece of shit you are." Wow. Now, I don't know if that's going to get you any book sales, but I don't think it's going to get you any subs. Yeah, it might get you some, because there's a lot of haters out there. Come on, let's face it. We know all about that lately. But that was really uncomfortable. So I can't imagine how Nora felt. Now, she's got this ability to just steam right through it. I don't have my TRs in like that. That was really, I just thought that was excessively rude on his part. There's no need. He knew we'd all be together that weekend. And of course he attacks Marilyn too. Don't start. And of course Aaron, he's got to attack Aaron because everyone attacks Aaron. Aaron. Everything's his fault. We know this. Aaron. And that was just really disgusting. I really just can't believe that a man his age, I don't care what the hell he's done in his life, I can't believe a man like that speaks just opening post about a woman. Now, if he's got beef like that with someone, why are you posting it on the internet? Why don't you give her a call and sort it out yourself? Stop doing this crap on the internet, Mitch. Some people enjoy it, but the people that enjoy it, they're not the ones that are going to be buying your book, honey. Oh, this isn't about book sales. Really? Then why is it you show up everywhere with little things handing it about your book, talking about your book? I don't like it when people talk like that about people I know. That one really got me. Well, I was in the car with Nora at the time, and I'm reading this, and I'm like, that's just excessively rude. I don't give a shit who he is. Now, we all know he thinks he deserves a better life. You know, that he should have more book sales, more subs, more people following him. He deserves that. He deserves another 8 million, I'm sure. He has that kind of vibe about him. But I didn't like it. Now, he's not gonna, he doesn't even know who the hell I am. I don't even care. But I just want to say that it was absolutely disgusting. That's disgusting behavior. And that has nothing to do with being on the internet and starting drama. That's just disgusting, outright disgusting behavior from a grown man. And it's unnecessary. You got beef with Serge? Boy, the way you talk about him. Do you not have any empathy for someone who went through that much? Have you heard what Serge went through? Mitch, at all? Maybe? No? Not at all? Because, see, this is it. Scientology. This is where, once again, you bring it all right back around to Scientology. My dad, I've looked after him the last 4 years of his life, wiped his ass, cooked all his meals, made sure he didn't get the meds he didn't want. I took care of him the way he wanted to be taken care of, and there was no love coming from that man. No empathy whatsoever. Ever. And he was in his 90s. I kind of see the same thing from Mitch. Like, they don't get out of it. They don't get out of Scientology. It's always attack. Always attack. Even if nothing else is going on, just attack. Just attack. Like, my dad would just come into my room and tell me something about my uncle who I wasn't allowed to see, and just spout some nonsense about him. My dad never saw him. He didn't know. He never called him. He didn't know what was going on with my uncle. My uncle lived across the road. I used to go see my uncle all the time, have a cup of tea with him. And my dad's coming in my room telling me all kinds of nonsense because he just wants me to hate him a little more today than yesterday. For some reason, it's always that way with a Scientologist. So some of them, it takes them a long, long time to leave certain behaviors behind, certain patterns, and some don't. And this man seems to just be all the way up to his neck in it. Well, if you want to sell books, I'm sure there's other ways of doing it. Better than that. Don't do Scientology marketing. Do normal human being marketing. You might catch more flies. Because this isn't the way to do it. And it really upsets other people too. And I know that was your intention, by the way. But, anyway, I don't need to be talking to him. What am I doing? It just really pissed me off. That was so ugly, those 3 attacks he did for no apparent reason. He knew we'd all be together. So he thought this is a great time to just shit all over everyone. And it was very uncomfortable, I've got to say, especially while we're at a celebration of life for someone that we love dearly, who was a good person. You got to throw your freaking crap around like a freaking monkey, just flinging crap around. Stop. Just freaking stop. Now you got me freaking talking about it. Anyway, that was unnecessary. And, if you don't believe there are children in the Sea Org, honey buns, come and hang out in Flag one Friday night. Just graduation. If you just stand outside and you'll see them in their Sea Org uniforms, they're young. You can tell some of them are minors. A lot of them are old and decrepit and trying to just crawl around Cleveland Street and Fort Harrison. But a lot of those people in those Sea Org uniforms are under 18. Walking into the Fort Harrison on a graduation night, people have children with them. Countless children on Fridays you see going in. Why are they taking their kids in, Mitch? Just to take flowers to their aunt who just finished OT4? No. They're indoctrinating them because you know as well as I do on the way out, they reg them. They reg the family. And if the Sea Org recruiters are around. So there are children in the Sea Org. There are children in Scientology. Literally no one showed us that in his videos that he made. Well done, by the way. Literally no one. Absolutely amazing work. There are children going in all the time. Ask Laurie. Ask Laurie Plays. Ask Dustin. Ask Erica. It's not just John Travolta driving by. Kids are being dropped off all the time. And there's this one particular young lady who I see all the time walking in with children who aren't hers. You can tell she's one of those childminders. She just walks children from one building to the other. These kids are carrying a little backpack and their water bottle. Why? Because they're probably doing the Purif or they're doing the stupid superpower. Children. So come on down to Flag, Mitch. We'll take you out. We're real friendly down here. This is the South. Hey. We'll take you out. We'll show you. I mean, you know where all the buildings are. You know what's what. It's not like you don't know this place already. So why don't you come on down? And then we can talk about how many children are going in or not going in the buildings, Mitch. So I'm glad Nora did her response because come on, if someone talks about you like that, you're going to have to say something back. And hers was, at least it was classy. At least she had some decency, unlike him, for a little slap back. He deserved that. And hey, Dusty. Hey, broski. Yeah, everyone, ask my brother Dusty if he sees children going into the Org. Dustin, do we ever see children going into Flag, into any of the buildings over there at downtown? We see children all the time. A lot of times we have to turn our cameras away because there's kids going in. I don't want to film them. It's so gross. Because unfortunately, we know what they're going to do with them. He blocked Susie O. Oh, really? Who? Mitch? Yeah, children going in is what bugs me every time. Every freaking time. We were just standing outside the bank building where they have the information center, the doors where we go up and they do the door tick. They close it once we get there. Well, the doors were open. I don't know if you guys saw. It was a couple of streams ago on mine. I stood in front of the doors just talking about how Scientology was bunk. And this lady went in with two young girls and she made them watch the little LRH movie. And then they came out and walked up. This is, bit by bit, little by little, drip by drip, they get these kids in. And it happens all the time. And this is a flag at the OT level where they're not really recruiting that many, but still, they are. They're recruiting the grandchildren of those who had been in from before because no one else is joining. And we are actually now stopping people from going in. Erica in particular, because she stands right outside there with her signs and people see and they go up to her and they talk to her all the time. So she's right there outside the bank building. So she alone is stopping people from going in, which is great. That's what we want. We don't want anyone else joining. And those that are in, once they start to get teed off, hopefully they will find out about us and they'll come out and run. We can help them with love. We just have to get that across, which is really hard to get that message across to them since they hate us and they think we're just demons from hell, from the seventh layer of Hades. That's who we are to them. So I know I get a bit shouty sometimes, but I do like to shout, like, call your mom, your family misses you. You are loved. Sometimes you got to shout loving things. It's nice. You're rerouting the body routers. Exactly. Well, like at the test center, look what the LA crew's done. They've basically shut down that test center. And that test center was one of the large recruiting spots of theirs. So it's awesome. It's awesome that they've shut that down. That's what we want. We don't want people joining. We want people aware of at least sptv.space so they can go and just look at who's streaming, who's talking about what and why. We need awareness. We need the word to be put out there so people won't join. Like if you hear Stephen Mango, his story, he didn't know anything about Scientology. This is before internet days. He didn't really know anything about a Scientology and he wanted to be an actor. So he went to that little acting class and they sucked him in. And bless him, like he went through hell with them getting out of there. So this is why now we have the internet and there's over 200 and how many channels now? Which is awesome. This is what we need to do is get the word out so people don't join, that they know about this cult. They're aware. And then hopefully people in the cult will hear more about everyone's awareness and they'll get aware and they'll want to leave. And that's what we're here for. Wow, it turned, didn't it, real quick? But I really don't appreciate Mitch's words. I don't know. Even if he has beef with her, like, can you word it a different way? I don't know. Like, is that how you start off a letter to someone? Then put down the pen and go call her and hash it out. Is that just me? I don't know why you had to talk like that. Thanks for showing me you're a real piece of shit. Well, whether you think that or not, is that how you start a conversation? Okay, how old are we? So that was uncomfortable. And I just think we can, with the way things are, we need to stop fucking talking to each other like that. How's that? Just talk without calling each other names. Get your point across. Speak, but also listen. I don't know. These are the things I've learned as a crone. And just go to the person that you have the beef with and get it out. So, Mitch, it could have been a freaking email. Know what I mean? Anyway. That was the rough part of it. But the rest of the weekend was very pleasant. I'm sure Natalie, I know she's flying to Hawaii today, but she must be exhausted from all of us, just being around so many people, all that attention, all that energy. But we really were all there for her and she knew it. And getting to meet her family and Tony's family was such a a joy and such a pleasure. And then meeting everyone else. It was awesome. It really, really was. It was absolutely wonderful hugging everyone. And you know how you just know people's handles from the chat, but you don't know their face? And all I'd hear is, "Hey, Feral Cheryl." And I'd turn around and go, "Who are you?" We did have name tags, which did help a lot. But it was so funny because, oh, and then Juanita comes up. She goes, "You don't know who I am." I'm like, "Juanita, yeah, I know who you are. I've seen you." But it was lovely. It was lovely. So some of the streamers I recognized, and a lot of the chatters I didn't until they told me their names. And it was wonderful. Some of the mods too. And of course, Windy City was there. I didn't get a picture with you, Windy. I'm so bummed after all that. Next time, that's for sure. And some of the ladies hooked me up. They were very, very pleasant. Lori. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lori. I was trying to be wonderful. No, I mean, I'm exhausted. Today I could hardly get out of bed, but it was just such a wonderful weekend. It really was a lot of fun. Tedes, I had so much fun with you. Yeah, it was. It was really fun. It really was. With Mama Opal. It was just a great weekend with great people. Oh, Yadira. Hey, Yadira. Hello. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate that. Yes, yes. Yeah. Free Xenu, you got to do more road trips and build your stamina up. I know. I want to travel a bit more too, because that, I mean, it's exhausting. It really, and it gets a bit scary, or it can be, or annoying when things are delayed, especially when you can't use the bathroom and you can't get hot water for a cup of tea. It's like, come on, people, what year is this? But yeah. Oh, pop it up, pop. Exactly, Mama. No one would know me. I know. Well, see, because I've seen you in the chat, but once I got to see your face, now I can't forget your name. So, haha. Yeah, now it was nice because I got to make some really good friends. I really appreciate that. It's been so lonely here in Clearwater since the pandemic, but no more. It was really great. And like I said, I got to go back there to eat because their restaurants are insane. And I didn't even get to go to the Caribou coffee place. And I don't even like coffee, but I would have tried some. Oh, the one thing I did try, and Tanya, if Tanya watches this, she'll be pleased, is cheese curds. I'd never had cheese curds before, and I've been offered cheese curds, and I'm like, ooh, don't know what that is. Not sure if I want them. So I've always turned them down, not understanding what a cheese curd is. Now, I'm a cheese freak. I do love cheese. It has to be a good, strong flavored cheese, a good, like a Ruhr, like a red Leicester, an aged freaking, oh, the Spam. Yeah, the Spam. Oh, I do love a good freaking cheese, strong cheese, right? So I bought a bag of cheddar cheese curds. Holy Xenu. They were good. So we put them out with a bunch of crackers. Oh my God, I couldn't stop eating them. I came home and we went to Publix and I got myself a bag of cheddar freaking curds. They are so yummy. Okay, so once again, I got to tell you about the Spam. The Spam. The musubi, right? Oh, I'm chopped liver. Dusty, did I miss you out on something? Oh, did you like the spicy cheese freezing? No, see, that was too much. Even Kevin went, "Oh, that's spicy." See, I can't. My face is too Caucasian. It would blossom like explode. I can't eat spicy food. Yeah, the curds were so amazingly good. Like strong cheddar. Oh, the cheese up there is insane. Oh, I was pleased because since I came to America, the one thing that kind of annoys me is that mozzarella and provolone And these gummy, tasteless cheeses are used for sandwiches and on top of pizza and stuff. I want cheese on my stuff. So I'm always very wary when people ask me here about what cheese I want. But oh my God, Minnesota cheese. I have to go back just to eat. You want your curds to squeak. Okay, so what's the deal with the squeakiness? Everyone keeps telling me that, yeah, cheese curds squeak. When do they squeak? Because I've eaten them and nothing squeaked yet. Am I supposed to squeak afterwards, or does it squeak when you chew them? You need to come to Wisconsin. I'll take you to a cheese house. Oh my God. See, I told you we could get in trouble. I know. SPTV Hall Monitor. So glad Bob and I got the name tags on the way. Would have been impossible to keep track of everyone. Exactly. There were 250 people there. And so I knew the faces of a couple of them, but everyone else I didn't recognize until you saw the name tag. You're like, oh, I've seen you in the chat. And it was so good to meet Bob. She was at the downtown Minnesota, at the org when we got there. So I yelled at her from across the street, Barb! Cheese curd, they squeak when you chew. See, they've not squeak. They don't squeak when I chew. Have I just got old British teeth or something? Nothing's been squeaky so far since I've been eating cheese curds. I do have a bag now, so I will eat some cheese after this. But yeah, nothing squeaks. So it's when you chew them, not afterwards, right? That's when it gets squeaky. The good ones do. Okay. And the curd squeaks on your teeth. All right, well, I'll have to try that again because I've not noticed any squeaking. But they are really freaking good. And I believe Culver's comes from Wisconsin or Minnesota. They have to be super fresh to squeak. After a few days, they won't squeak. Ah. Laurie yelled, but that was so much fun to yell Barb at Barb, wasn't it? Like Barb is there. So this is the best time to be able to yell Barb at her. It was so funny. Oh, Culver's is from Wisconsin. Okay. Because we've got a Culver's down here in Clearwater. And my roomie and I, we love fish and chips, British. And they seem to have really good little fish and chip kind of dinners. They're really good. So the lady comes up and she said, would you like some cheese, like deep fried cheese curds? And I looked at her and I'm like, I don't know what that is. No, thank you. I'll just have the fish and chips. Well, guess what I'm getting next week? I'm going to Culver's and I'm going to get me some deep fried cheese curds because deep fried, I can't imagine they're even better. Oh, I just started losing weight. It's not going to be good for that, is it? Yeah, see, they have cheese curds at Culver's and they're supposed to be good. No, I was just wary of I don't know what cheese curds are. I just know the nursery rhyme. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. And I didn't know what curds and whey were. Never did. We didn't eat that. We had beans on toast, Marmite on toast, eggs on toast, jam on toast. We had a lot of toast. We were poor. I did yell at her to get off the stairs. That's why she renamed me right there and then. Oh, wait, who renamed you? What happened? Oh, there's Culver's in Tennessee? Oh, it's good to know they're everywhere. That's good. Twin Cities is on the border of Wisconsin and Minnesota. Oh, really? See, I'm new to up north. I've lived in the West most of my time here in America, so I know the West. The East Coast, this is all new to me, and the central, I know that's the middle. I know it's not the East Coast, but it's the middle bit. That's all new to me. I'm just used to flying over to get to New York or something. And this time we actually got to go and land in Minnesota. It was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, the middle bit. And it had all the lakes, lots of mosquitoes. You have yucky toast? Oh, no, we do not. Our white bread, as junky as it is so much better. Our white bread in England is so good. It's so full of gluten and Oh, it's so good. Don't even. No, we're gonna get in a fight, you and me. Yucky toast. No, sir. It was fun meeting everyone and having them meet me. Real for life, Kim D. Yeah, it was. No, it really was. Bob, name me the hall monitor, because you were one of the officers told people to keep off the stairs, chalk covered pants drenched with. Oh, that's you. Okay, I love you, SPTV hall monitor. I know who you are. I love you so much. Yeah, you're freaking hilarious. See, so many good people, just good, funny people doing good work. We're just there to do the thing, the Scientology thing. It was so fun. Haven't had it here, to be honest. What have you not had? Tempura style. Oh, tempura style curds. That sounds good. Were you the chalker? Yeah, she was the chalker. Please keep saying all of the reasons not to move here to Minnesota. We don't want any more people here. All of your negatives are nothing to us, mosquito, state bird. No, really. And I got to say, the mosquitoes here in Clearwater are like Rambo sized. They're like, the ones there, the teeny weeny, they were hardly biting me. And I put some of that spray on. And they had, I was scratching one mosquito bite on the side of my knee that I got from Clearwater before I left. Now, the mosquitoes there were everywhere, but they weren't really biting me. I'm not sweet anymore. I'm just bitter. So they're like, yeah, we're not biting that. Toast was good till the Vegemite. See, okay, see, now we have a problem. Now we have a problem, Dusty. I don't eat Vegemite. Vegemite's Australian. I eat Marmite. Vegemite is disgusting. No, basically Vegemite is Marmite, but they add like this ground celery paste to it. It's supposed to give it another flavor. It's supposed to give it a little oomph. I don't need it. Just give me plain old Marmite. That's how I like it. See, okay, so then don't put freaking Marmite on your toast. Don't do it. Put jam on it. We've got some excellent jam in Britain and compotes. Put a little jam on it. Know what I mean? Put cheese curd in the middle of your meatballs or hamburger. Oh, I see what you mean. Right, in the patty. Oh, my roommate just got herself some big burgers. Oh, I'm going to make her do that and see if it tastes good. Genuinely, it was such a pleasure to meet you at the luau. Did you get to perform a baptism in the waters of Lake Minnetonka? No. I remember we talked about this. No, I didn't. I didn't get there. If I would have stayed maybe one more day, probably. But no, I didn't get to do that. Think it was my herbal fogger that kept the mosquitoes away from you. Yes, see, it was. Freezinu had a fogger. The smoke kept the bugs away. And we kept that thing going. So the mosquitoes weren't really approaching us. They were biting everyone else. When it rains and puddles are created, we name them. Lots of lakes. Yeah, no, there was like, wherever you turn, there's like a little pond or a swamp or bulrushes growing, and there's water here, water there. Little tiny frogs. I was picking up the frogs, and oh, it was wonderful. So, Crepitus, you tried Vegemite. Oh, Mexican long hair. Hello. Muchas gracias por venir. I tried Vegemite on a dark when I was drunk a long time ago. Made me puke. Yeah, that's all it's going to do, especially if you're drunk. That's a wrong time. You prefer Vegemite over Marmite. See, you say this to me now that I'm not in front of you. See, you say this to me now that we're not face to face because you know what I would say to you. Indigo Twin, hello, love. I'm going to go to the post office, I swear. Now that I've got your address right. B1 in the summer. Okay, I try to take B1, and I do have a deficiency in B1, but it makes me sleep. Even if it's the low dose. As soon as I take B1, I have to go take a nap. I don't know how my body, what it does with that, but yeah, it came with its own problems, though. Not really. Not for me. Yes, I was the one who started it, but everyone put such great messages. Aww. Oh, so much, a lot of pork. I ate a lot of pork, and it was very, very good. Vegemite is interesting. Interesting is a good word for it. It's a good, interesting word for it to call it interesting. Oh, you would never move? Really? You like living there? I mean, it is beautiful, and the people are really nice. And when you're driving around, you can see that the life out there is healthy-ish. Everyone's riding around on bikes and walking their dogs, and you know what I mean? It's very outdoorsy when it's not raining and storming. It's very lovely there. I don't know how else to put it. Interesting is an understatement. Yeah, well, really. Um, oh, you guys are going to chat. Okay, yeah, you do that. Te ves maravillosa. Ay, gracias. No me pinta un poquito. Because I was looking rough earlier. I'm so exhausted still from the weekend, but I really wanted seeing Nora's. I got really fired up, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go out there and talk and say stuff because if not, I'm going to bite someone. Hey, Barbara. Healthy-ish is right. Lots of alcohol drinking up north. See, that's the only thing, though. And that seems to happen in colder areas, like in England and Scotland. I can't live there. People drink too much, and it's just not fun for me. I don't even go to the pub, and then I have to put up with them when they come out of the pub and they're screaming and singing and falling down in the street and fighting. Oh my God, the fights. The fights. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday nights in Scotland when I lived there, because we lived on the high street, all the pubs were right there. So, what was it, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock when they let them out? You would just open the window and just sit there and watch and wait, because no doubt two ass hats were going to walk by and start fighting. Some girl wearing a doily, wearing big old clunking shoes like this, is going to be like breaking her ankles trying to walk down the street on the cobblestones and yelling and effing and ahhing at someone and probably slapping her boyfriend as she does it. I mean, I saw so many fights in Scotland because everyone's drunk. Middle of the day, I go over to go get my steak bake from Greg's, and this lady and this guy screaming and effing and ahhing at each other in the middle of the high street, middle of the day, and everyone's just walking by, not doing anything about it. And I'm standing there going, "Am I like in a different? Does anyone see me? Am I in the sixth sense? Like, what's going on here? Insane. I can't. And it's colder temperatures. Every time you go up north, people drink more. I guess to stay warm. I know in Scotland they do. You have to. Even I succumbed to whiskey liqueur. That stuff was good. Broda. Oh, I got to get a bottle of that. I just want to keep it just for winter, for just in cases. Get my what? What? What did I say? What did I say? Why you guys doing it? What did I say? Huh? Yeah, so, and I know down here it's down south and they drink margaritas, but the heat will get you before the booze does. So you'll just have to go lie down and sleep it off. You drink too much in the sun, ooh, that's on you. Like, oh, at Burning Man, I saw people just hit the deck right next to me, just from being out in the desert heat all day, drinking alcohol. Like, don't be day drinking in the desert. What's wrong with you, you nutter? They would just hit the deck. So we always had to, give them one of those little electrolyte packs and stuff. I'm asking you. I know. What are you asking me? Because you're half asking me and I forgot. Because number one, I'm old. Number two, I'm tired. Number three, I've been in the heat. Number four, what was the fourth one? See, I even forgot what the fourth one was. Oh, you're allergic to alcohol, me and Taz? Yeah, see, I think I am too. I come from a long line of alcoholics. I have Scottish DNA in me. Well, it's Western Isles, it's Scottish and Irish. My dad's family, turn of the century, 1800s, 1900s and up, they were all professional alcoholics. And I don't know if partly growing up knowing that was what turned me off, and just watching how people acted in my family. That really turned me off. It wasn't just hot up here, it was humid as hell, but we had shade and AC. Yeah, as long as you're in the shade or the AC, it wasn't too bad. But once you were standing out in the sun, oh my God, you just literally started to melt your skin, and you could just feel the heat just blowing up from inside of you. It was so humid. Stink bait. What are you? I'm working at the movie theater tonight. Got to go sell tickets to the Nines. We'll catch on replay. Ooh, okay, Rio for life. Ooh, any good movies out right now? Grateful all enjoyed the cities. Yes, we did. It was beautiful. And like I said, we kind of went to the wrong place, Mama Opal and I, to go get the food. So we just drove around and just looking at the architecture and the flora. The flowers there are beautiful. Echinacea, the size of elephants' heads. Hydrangeas. Oh, just it was beautiful. And lots of bushy trees, lots of bushy trees. It was fun. It was very comfortable. Please make the noise the Scots make when I'm going to come and oot the pub again. I forget what noise it was. What did I say? Ah, you bastard. I saw you're talking to her. Did you buy her a drink? You piece of gobshite. That's pretty much what I would hear. Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights. And this would go on for a couple of hours because they would just hang out there in the high street. And, oh, God, so annoying. So, and it's too cold. It's beautiful. Wherever you go in Scotland, you turn around, you're like, oh, that's a pretty picture. Oh, look, that's a pretty picture. Oh, my God, that's gorgeous. It's beautiful. But I can't do it. I just can't do it. I think even my DNA is like, get out of here. Run. I'm so used to the convenience of being an American. I was born here. I am an American. But I really do prefer having a bit more space from people. Over there, everyone's up each other's asses. Everyone's so close together. You go to someone's house and everyone's sitting on the couch, smushed in together in the tiny little living room. And I'm like, ah! I'm used to being sprawled out on the floor somewhere on a cushion. So it was, see, I was with my family, and they're not the nicest. I didn't want to be close to any of them, really. That's really why I came back, because they're horrible people. I had to come back because of that. But I lived in Fife, and my dad was from Glasgow, he used to call it. I miss having a Scottish accent. I know, see, but I heard you go back into it, though. Yours is better than mine. Mine ain't that great. It's just from listening to my dad and my nana. I can hear them in my head, but when it comes out of my mouth, it's not as good as theirs. But, yeah, the word gobshite gets used a lot over there, and I really do miss that, because that's a good word. That's a really good word. Has a lot of meaning to it when you call someone that. Yeah, gobshite. It's a good one. My family is snobaholic on one side and fishermanaholic on the other side. Snobaholic? Oh, wait. Do they only like drink the higher priced beverages? Oh, I have a fancy 40-year-old age tequila from Guanajuato. My brother does that. No, he did have good tequila, though. And it was very aged tequila in a fancy bottle. So I guess he's a bit of a snobaholic. He drinks fancy drinks. Yes, gobshite. Please use it. Use it often. It's a wanker and gobshite. I tend to like to use those here because not everyone knows what they mean. A Karen yelled at me the other day, slow down, because I live in a retirement community and sometimes I go over 25. Go figure. So she yelled at me to slow down, and then she almost followed me to the traffic light. So I just started singing and yelling at her. Stop day drinking, you gobshite, Karen. She didn't like that. But I'm feral. Don't come at me. Yes, they think they're good hiding that they're drunk. I know, and that's the thing too, is they just come out of the pub. They've been slamming drinks all night. They are 3 sheets to the wind. And they're standing there and they're trying to act like everything's fine. Well, no. And then they start drama. Drama always comes with alcohol usage, and that's why I don't like it. I prefer all my stoner friends. None of my stoner friends get in fights, and if they do, it doesn't last long, and they figure it all out. It's okay. My stoner friends are much more, pleasant, even when we're fighting. But the alcoholics, they just put them out, especially in Scotland. In Leven, I lived right across from the North Sea, so that was just blisteringly freezing. You couldn't even turn the heat on and get warm. I mean, my feet were cold from the minute we touched down in Scotland. I was there for 2 years. My feet didn't warm up until I left and was on the airplane coming back. Oh my God, was I cold. We hardly fought at all. Oh, stoner friends are awesome. Right. See, all my stoner friends, they're just chill. They're not getting into big beefs with anyone. I mean, yeah, there's drama here and there. With friends, you always get into some kind of drama at some point, but we're all still friends. And it's the ones that drank and did the other stuff. They're the ones I don't speak to anymore. Wonder why. Yeah, it's rough out there. It's rough out there. I'd rather deal with stoners than drunk. See, me too. Because stoners, if you just give them a little more, they'll go to sleep. If they're annoying, stop giving them the sativa. Give them a little indica and they'll just go to sleep. But when they're drunk, sometimes they get real, leery and real wiry and hey. And it's not easy. And I just don't like dealing with that kind of drama. I got my first troll in Dusty's chat. I'm fully inducted into the live stream world. Indigo Twin, you made it. You made it, honey. There you are. They are British and become royalty. Yes. Yeah, no, when I drank, I felt kind of queenie too. Weed mellows most people out. Angry drunks are awful. Yeah, absolutely. And I just preferred to be mellowed out because anytime I drank, I would either end up crying or yelling at someone. And that's not good. Nobody wants that. There are lots of friends in here. Yeah, this is beautiful, the chat tonight. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you all being in here. This is a lovely bunch of people. Is that a mosquito? No, it's not. Okay. Indica makes me relax. Sativa gets me all up in the head. Yeah, see, I take indica most of the time for the pain because I take it for pain. I don't take it to get high. I just take it for my pain mostly because I don't take any other medication. And I have chronic pain, bunch of stuff. So it helps me for that. Now, I must say, I've got to give it to Minnesota because Minnesota had 10 milligram THC cola. And I had some of those. Oh my God, they were good. Everyone else, is just doing their thing. And I've got my little THC drink. I knocked 1 or 2 of those back and I was fine. No one knew. You'll never see me high. Never. Ever. Yeah, see, I don't drink. I don't really like it. I don't really like it. It was nice popping by, hoping I can get my camera working on my new rig. Yeah, go get that fixed. I get drunk, I just laugh at everyone. See, my brother is the sweetest drunk you'll ever meet. He loves everyone. I wish I could be like that. I don't have that. I don't know what coil of the DNA he got for that, but he is a happy drunk. He just wants everyone to dance and he wants to hug everyone and he loves everyone. He's so sweet. Not me. I'll fight you. Come here. I get very snuggly when I'm tipsy. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, THC cola. Yeah, a soda with 10 milligrams of THC in it. Awesome. In California, we had them too. In any of the states, dispensaries, you'll find a dispensary if your state has legal cannabis. They're out there. I'm a sad drunk. Oh, Brian, you're a sad. See, that's me. I'm fighting or I'm crying. It's one or the other, and neither of those are good. Or dancing and falling off of things because I climb on things and dance and then I fall off them. Spinal stenosis now. I can't be doing that anymore. Yeah, no. And indica, of course, for sleep because I don't sleep. I have sleep issues. I haven't slept since I was born. I haven't slept a whole night ever. I'm very tired all the time. So indica does help. It gets me to sleep, and some of the times has kept me asleep, depending on what it is. And then, of course, your brain gets used to it, so you have to switch it up. My neurologist said OT420 was the only thing he could recommend for my pain. Darn. An aunt, the sippables, the bee's knees. See? The sippables. That's it. Oh, my. Yeah, no, they really are. Because it's a treat. I don't usually have a soda, so I had a soda and THC both at the same time, and it was awfully pleasant. 1 or 2 margaritas. See, and also I have this thing. I don't know if it's DNA, but if I start drinking, I don't know when to stop. I'll just keep drinking more drinks. Oh, bring me another. Bring me another. I'll have another vodka tonic. Bring me another. And that's where it starts getting into fights or cries. So it's not a good idea. And I haven't really, I stopped drinking a long, long time ago. I really stopped drinking, number one, because I noticed how obnoxious I am when I drink, and no one wants that. But also because I wanted to quit smoking. And I wouldn't be able to quit smoking if I had a drink, because as soon as I had a drink, I wanted a cigarette. So that was one thing I kind of could control, I guess. So I stopped socially drinking, and only maybe had some drinks at Christmas and my birthday or someone else's birthday. And yeah, I just didn't drink anymore. That was it. And then my mom, anytime she started drinking, she got real obnoxious. So that really is the traumatic side of alcohol for me, was dealing with my mom after she had a couple of wines. And that was, see, I need therapy for that still. Oh, that was painful. So I didn't ever want to have alcohol around the house. So my mom couldn't go, oh, pop open that bottle of wine. There was no chance. There was no alcohol in my house ever because of that. Big Railing Dead. See, you too. See, I think it's a Celtic thing. You just start and you keep going. It's like Pringles. You can't stop. I just keep, and it's not like I'm knocking them back, like I'm going nuts. I'll just sit there drinking until I freaking fall down on the floor. Vegas. My ex-husband had to drag me through the freaking casino. I was it was bad. Anyway, I shouldn't even tell that story. The only time I drink is when I go out to dinner, like a good beer or wine with food. See, yes, some people can do that and they enjoy a drink with food or an after dinner drink or something. Yeah, I don't even, because if I have that one, I'm going to want another one. And I'm not really a beer person. I don't really like beer. I'm vodka. Wait, who stopped? Is some 50 days sig-free, Miss Sunrise Dawn? Yes, so proud of you. It's so hard to do. Good for you. 50 days. Okay, so that's, you got your 2 months, 2.5 months. Yeah, see, that's a hard time too. You get to like your 6-week mark and you get a bit weird. You get to the 3-month mark and you get a bit weird again. And it kind of goes up and down. But oh, good for you. That's a really hard thing to do. Very proud of you. And like Marilyn too, I haven't sent her a message in a while, but I usually send her little messages, encouraging messages, because I know, I can't believe I quit smoking. I used to smoke a pack and a half a day. I was brutal. So I'm just so glad I was able to quit smoking. I used CBD to quit smoking. It helped. It was weird. I got CBD flower, so it doesn't get you high. It's just relaxing. It had 0.3% THC in it, and it was mainly a high CBD strain, like the kind they used to make, like a Charlotte's Web or something. The kind they used to, or what was the other one? Not Hercules. I forget the name of it. The kind that they used to make medicine for epilepsy, to make the tinctures for epilepsy and stuff. Um, it was just a really good CBD flower, and I would roll little like cigarettes, and when I had a bit of a nick fit, I would just take a couple of puffs of that, and it helped the nick fit, and the CBD would actually calm me down, and it got me through. And after a couple of weeks, I noticed I wasn't even smoking as much. It was just a little bit every day here or there. It wasn't like just smoking whole joints of CBD. It was just taking a couple of puffs here or there during the day just to get through. And then I noticed that my need lessened and I wasn't smoking as much. And that was it. I just quit smoking that way. It was incredible. And I was around people who were smoking at the time. I think it's really mental. It's all about it's a will thing. It's up to you. You're the only one that can decide you're not to pick up that cigarette. That one. We think we can have just one. No, you can't just have one. Oh, Wendy, I'm sorry. Yeah, I do. Okay, and now if you can make me enjoy beer, if there's a beer out there you think is enjoyable that I might enjoy, I'll give you that. But yeah, I'm not a beer girl. It just makes me pee. And I want to be sitting with my friends. I don't want to be in the bathroom all the time. Oh, so crepitus, you quit smoking because of bronchitis? Yeah, see, exactly. After a while, like even Marilyn said in one of her lives, she's like, I could just feel it. It was time to quit. You can just feel it's too much for your body after a while. Like, I really want to breathe. It would be nice if I could breathe better. Just climbing upstairs, I'd be out of breath. And, I was always like a runner and someone who was always working out. I could bound upstairs like a gazelle, even in my 40s. No, not anymore. So, and cigarettes got real expensive. Really expensive. I couldn't even afford it. That's another reason I couldn't afford to smoke anymore. They were over $10 a pack. So that made it kind of easy too. Like, yeah, I could save so much money, and I have. I'm going on a cruise. So it's good that I quit smoking. When I quit smoking cigs, I would get stoned and go to sleep. That's what I've been doing with quitting vaping this time. Oh, see, exactly. Me too. At night I would always use THC, of course, just to get to slumber. I'm going to try auditing to quit smoking next. You have the meters. Dusty, yeah, come over here. I'll meter you over the head with one of them. I've got 4. You can pick which color. And we'll audit you. You're either a smoker or you're not. Absolutely. I know. Don't do it, Dusty. Don't do it. No, I will not be auditing you. I started smoking when I was hospitalized for 3 months. The only reason to be allowed on the balcony outside, you had to be a smoker and have no access to weed. It was inevitable, sadly. Oh, I hate when doctors get like that. Oh, if you're using cannabis, I won't see you. It's like, God, don't you know anything about the plant? You're a ding dong. I don't want to come to your office anyway then. If you're that uneducated about things. Can I be on the island if I tell you how to brew your own beer? Oh, okay. See, now homemade beer, doesn't that taste a little better? It has its own, it doesn't taste like Bud Light or whatever, or freaking Coors. See, I can't drink this stuff. Whenever I've gone anywhere to parties and stuff and they hand you a Coors Light, it's like, I come from the land of beer and mead, and this is what you hand me? I can't. Like on St. Patrick's Day, I'll have half a pint of Guinness. Those are good for you, by the way. Does cigarette smoke annoy you now? No, it doesn't. It does with me. After a year of being smoke-free, I learned to hate the odor. No, I can sit around people smoking Well, I mean, as long as they're not blowing it right in my face. But where I've quit other times, I quit smoking other times, and it was really hard to smell cigarettes, and it would annoy me. Oh, now I don't know. I think my brain has just completely gone beyond it. I don't even, but the smell doesn't even bother me anymore. It really doesn't. She got leading and trying to discourage smoking by raising the price. See, they started doing that in England. Oh, so in England, you buy a pack of cigarettes and you've got pictures of rotting lungs and rotting hearts and rotting faces and rotting bodies. You've got rotting body parts, and cigarettes will kill you written all over it, right? There's no pictures and no logos. It's just a white pack with pictures of rotting humans. It's gross. All the cigarettes in the stores are covered on shelves behind little doors, little flappy doors that so you can't see. You can't see the cigarettes, and they're expensive as hell. So this is how they're trying to keep them away from kids, from starting smoking and stuff. But everyone over there smokes anyway. So the kids are just going to start smoking by osmosis because everyone around them smokes, like I did. Yeah. Everyone smokes now. They've really prohibited it. Places you can smoke in England and stuff, but on the whole, you're walking down the street there and you're just walking through some. Oh, and big, like freaking Frizinu. He's got one of those big vape units that puffs out an entire volcano-sized puffy ball of smoke that smells like strawberry. They do that. So walking down the high street, I was like dodging big balls of smoke that smell like blueberries and pineapple and stuff. It was a bit uncomfortable in between the arguing drunk people punching each other out. And that's me just trying to get to Greg's to get a steak bake or a sausage roll. I had to have a blood test for 1 year, once a month, plus any surprise test for them to believe what I said is what I consume. Oh, yeah. See, I don't like people that start testing for weed. Like, they need to stop doing that. Just stop. Just stop. All this talk, I need to go on my deck and light a cigar. I know, huh? Not just taxes, but a planned initiative, at least in Chicago, which has additional smoking ban laws. Okay, like for example, in Laguna Beach, you can't smoke anywhere. You're not allowed to smoke on the street. In Santa Barbara, you're not allowed to smoke on the street. You have to hide. Where do you go? You're not allowed to smoke. So it's not even raising the prices and putting pictures of rotting corpses and stuff on and big messages of this will kill you. They just don't let you smoke there. We all got in trouble when we were weed nuns. We were in the middle downtown freaking Santa Barbara, and our leading lady, she decided to spark up a J right in downtown Santa Barbara. And quickly we learned from a couple of the locals that we weren't allowed to inhale any or, light anything up in Santa Barbara. So they don't even let you smoke in places anymore. It's even gone beyond that. But freedom, right? Oh, Susan, you picked a great time to join the live. Bless you. Why don't they sell beer and whiskey with rotting livers and gel bars on them? I know, right? Why don't they do that? Because alcohol, to me, I think causes a hell of a lot of problems in society. On health, with the police, the fire department, the emergency first responders, addiction. We have huge trouble with alcohol, but people do what people do. A bong, yeah. I got a nice bong. It's vanilla bean ice cream. See, you've got one of those fluffy flavors of smoke. Vanilla bean ice cream. So fancy. In Chicago, it's illegal to sell flavored vapes. Oh, but you can buy weed. Well, we just want to keep it to 1 scent, right? We just want Chicago to smell one way. No smoking, no alcohol, right? Oh no, there's alcohol all over Laguna. Wherever you go to the bars and restaurants, there's drunk people falling out of the restaurants all night. Oh no, no, no! But don't you dare have a cigarette. Drive out of the canyon, drive out of Laguna Beach, and you can sit in your car and have a cigarette when you get to Bake Parkway. But until you get to Lake Forest, you can't smoke. I had to help out my mom, so I missed it if you answered. But do you know who made the little Aloha goodie bags at the luau? You got an Aloha goodie bag? I didn't. No, I know Juanita brought a lot of gifts. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you got a gift from Juanita. Maybe. Because I wonder if it was her. Is it just me or Cheryl's Wi-Fi being janky? No, I think my signal's fine, I think. Is it? I hope so. Buffered once, but otherwise okay. Oh, really? It has been raining here. I mean, it has been a bit crappy, the Wi-Fi, but I haven't noticed anything. Mine hasn't done anything weird. I hope it's okay. Better not be janky. Pay enough for it. Cooking but listening. Ooh, what you making? Juanita made those goodie bags. See, it was Juanita, right? That's what I thought. So she brought gifts for everyone. She was so lovely. She brought gifts for everyone and thought out gifts too for everyone. It was really cute. You're getting a ticket. Oh, it's weed. You're good. It's a flavored vape. You're getting a ticket. Oh, it's weed. You're good. That's funny. Chicago. I think I like you. I'm going to come to Chicago. There were little plastic bags with flour lays and stuff in them. Some had thetans in them. I know I gave out thetans to people, but I didn't give them a goodie bag. I don't know. I wonder if someone took the thetans. That's fine, even if they got repurposed, as long as everyone got one. Oh, my connection's fine. Thank you, Mama Opal. Okay, see, I don't think it's me. Oh, I don't know. I hope it's okay. I appreciated the goodie bag. Juanita's awesome. She was helping clean up there too. Yeah, Mama Opal and Juanita all cleaning up. And I'm like, I felt kind of like a princess, kind of VIP, like, oh, I don't have to. And well, I was running around anyway doing so much that I didn't really have enough time to clean. That was such a good excuse. Natalie watched some of my live last night and she didn't even know they were there. She wanted to know so she could thank the person. Okay, see, it was Juanita then. She was the one that brought a bunch of gifts for everyone. It was so cute. You didn't get one? No, Cricket. Okay, you need to email me your address. I'll send you one. Because I came home with some. I was wondering how I came home with some. I thought everyone got one. No, no, no. You send me your address and I'll definitely send you one. The flavor rules are stupid as fuck here. They are coming from menthol city by city, so I have to go to a gas station. Across the street from a gas station, I can't buy them. Okay, so when my friend Tanya came from Canada a couple of weeks ago, not long ago, the first thing she did, we went and stopped and got her some menthol cigarettes because you can't buy menthol cigarettes in Canada. So she got some a fridge magnet with Tony and Nat on little candle. Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, it was Juanita. Yeah. Here in Quebec, they put the cancer pics on the cig packs, and no publicity is allowed for tobacco companies. Plus, no flavors allowed for cig and vape. Okay, so they go in the same way as they did in back in England. But in England, the vape over there, yeah, it's all fruity tooty all day, all the time. It's very fruity tooty, and like R. Kelly, she quit smoking vape when she came to Clearwater. She had read that book, and she said, I think when she came, she'd already been off of her vape for a couple of weeks, I think. Days or weeks. It was kind of recent. And yeah, and she goes, no, I'm doing good, actually. I'm doing really good. So whatever book it was that she read that she gave to Marilyn that helped Marilyn quit smoking, we need to get that one in the chat. Because if it helped them, and I'm not telling anyone to quit smoking, but really, if you can, because it's not great. Yes. Oh, yeah. When Tanya came, she had cigarettes with her, and she had the pic. Yeah, just yeah, the cancer pics on there, the rotting body parts. That doesn't turn me off of smoking. When I wanted a cigarette, I wanted a cigarette. You showed me a yucky picture. I see that stuff on the internet all the time anyway. Like that's not doing anything for my willpower. Um, if I wanted a cigarette, if I was having a nick fit, I needed a cigarette. No ugly pictures of rotten corpses was going to stop me. Maybe it stopped some people. Maybe it helped some people. I shouldn't, yeah, but not me. Even the rolling paper can't be flavored. Oh, see, I remember flavored rolling paper back in the 80s. Oops. Licorice. We had licorice flavored, which really didn't taste good with weed, but I did like licking the licorice paper. I've been cigarette free since March 2019. My sister works in the medical field and would send me pictures of smoker lungs, which pissed me off. Patches work for me. Okay, see, right. So some people, the pictures work. Patches. Every time I wanted to quit smoking, I would buy the patches, and they did help. They did help. But really, for me, it was me not taking that one. Oh, I'll just have one. You can't, Cheryl. You can't have just one. You're addicted to nicotine, and your addiction, if there's one, there's going to be 100. So I was just addicted to nicotine. That's the only thing I've been, and tea, addicted to nicotine and tea. And thank God I can still drink tea. But I couldn't just have the one cigarette. So it was more willpower than anything else for me. Now, the what's it doodles, the patches got me through those nick fits. I would still kind of get them, but not as bad with the patches. They would help. But like I said, I bought the patches the last time I quit smoking, but it was the CBD that got me through, because after 3 days of wearing the patches, I forgot to put them on. I was just using the CBD instead, just taking a couple of puffs of that instead of and I would just sit there, and when I got a neck fit, I would physically, like, be aware and come into present time, and okay, I'm feeling this will pass. I'll take a couple of deep breaths. This will pass in a couple of minutes. It will pass, and then it does. It passes eventually. And yeah, just smoking the CBD, that helped me. And also, I did have someone gave me it was kind of gross, but a cherry flavored CBD drink, and I would take a couple of shots at that at night too, and that helped me get to sleep. It was real good. So yeah, talk to me, Goose. I'm very proud of you for being. I quit smoking in 2018, so I'm a year ahead of you. March 2019 is when my mom passed, but good for you. I've been dropping the milligrams on my vape little by little, so in 5 years I should be able to quit. Oh, I know someone right now who's dropping their vape levels to be able to quit vaping too. It's a hard thing. It really is. I'm lucky I can have what I want on the reserve. Oh, you're on a reserve, Kate. Okay. I like the zigzag papers with the metal wire in it for rolling joints. Those are annoying. I don't like those. They kind of get in my way. I know. I just need unmetal wires in my papers. I think the pictures are for kids to let them know the ugly side of smoking. See, Anne, you're right there. It's for the kids. Because as adults, we've seen scary movies. Like I grew up with The Exorcist. So you think those pictures on there are going to... No, that's not going to do anything for me. But yeah, it's for the kids, for the up and comers. We don't want them getting, so they can see this is what you can do to yourself. Hello, my little cookie nose. That's cute. How many times did you try to quit before you actually succeeded in quitting? It's so hard. It was my 6th time trying to quit until I finally succeeded. 50. I've been trying to quit since 1980, whatever. I have been trying to quit. Every couple of years I would try. And it didn't work. It was awful. Or maybe I would quit for 3 months, or I would quit for 6 months, and then I would have that one, and I'd go right back to smoking again, and I couldn't. It was so hard. I couldn't quit. I just couldn't. The only way I was able to quit It was removing one routine cig at a time until the day routine was gone. Exactly. It has a lot to do with your habits because it's habitual. So, like, I would wake up, first thing I would do, bang, get a cigarette, light a ciggy up. First thing. The last thing I did at night, boom, cigarette. As soon as I got in my car, cigarette. Cup of tea, cigarette. And you guys know I drink tea all day. So, um, after dinner, as soon as I would eat something, after food, cigarette. Cigarette, cigarette, cigarette. It was all day long. And it just controlled my life. I could never just sit in a room and talk to people because I'd have to go out every 20 minutes to have a cigarette. It was really annoying. My mother and grandmother died at 52 and 53. You'd think at 57 I wouldn't smoke. Go figure. Well, yeah, but see, you're not them, and it's difficult. It's not easy. It's the hardest thing to do because even though you quit, you change your habits. So, you have your routines and you're used to smoking around those routines. So you change those routines and you still have to mentally get yourself through it. You still have to push yourself through it. It's really hard. So then you got yourself there and you're like, okay, well, I've just worked through that neck fit and I'm okay. And then you go outside and then someone's smoking right in front of you and blowing that smoke your way and you get triggered. And it's really hard because wherever you go, you smell it. Someone has a cigarette. It's easy to go by. There's cigarettes everywhere. So if your addiction gets to you, you're like, oh, I can just run around the corner and get a pack real quick. You'll do it. That's what will happen. So it really is, it's strength, it's inner strength and willpower. It's so hard. And then once you get yourself to that level where you can do it, get through it, it's out there everywhere around you. So you really have to put on the brakes to everything you know about being in present time and being able to just breathe through it. It's really hard. Kids want to buy cigs just to see the pictures. Yeah, see, that's another thing. I know, because a lot of the kids are used to watching Saw and, all that stuff. I've halved the milligram on my vape and I've been dropping down regularly. Oh, you too, Cricket? Good, good. I'm 1/8 native. I still have my cards. I was born in the north of Quebec. Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know. There's a great app called Sober, I think, where you can start your journey from day one with other people starting to quit the same thing. Oh, really? That's helpful. I now have to have a cookie. Package on way to you. We'll have to discuss something in it that I try. Oh, okay. Whoops. I know my mum quit by rewarding herself with gum she liked at the time. See, that's helpful. I just hate chewing gum. It makes my gums itch. I don't like chewing gum. And I don't like watching people chew. I don't like watching people stand and just. It's off. It drives me freaking batty. I can't stand it. I won the battle after having half my bicep removed. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry about that. Cheryl, if you're drinking tea all day, is that caffeine that's keeping you from being able to sleep? Take it from someone who's had insomnia for a year back in 1992. Even I stopped drinking tea. I was just drinking herbal tea. I still don't sleep. It doesn't matter. So I may as well enjoy something in life. And all I have left in life is tea. Tea and crocheting. Those are the only two things that keep me. And like I've stopped, like I'll just have tea in the afternoon. I'll stop drinking tea after 6. I still won't sleep. I still have trouble. It's just I've had trouble. And this is why I have the fibromyalgia and all the autoimmune stuff. And it comes from my childhood. It's from trauma. I was always so worried about who was coming in my room next. So I was always, every noise and every shadow I was fearful. So I could never get to sleep. And then in my teens, I had the radio and would stay up. I found some really good shows between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. And I would just keep my radio on and stay awake and listening to Pink Floyd and AC/DC. And I wouldn't sleep. Yeah, it's just a trauma thing. I don't know if I want to do one of those sleep studies either. I don't want to go and sleep somewhere I don't know because I have a really hard time. But yeah, no, the tea is not stopping me from sleeping. And if it does, then that's all I got left and I ain't giving it up. I'm not. Yeah, okay. What about root beer instead of tea? Oh, no. Oh, no. Sorry, was that really, did I say that out loud? I like root beer on a hot day with ice cream in it. I'm not a fan of the root beer too much. It's a bit medicine-y. It reminds me of being in Denmark and drinking, like they had the alcohol. It's like Jägermeister, but it's stronger and it smells and tastes like that to me. But I do like a root beer float. That's the one thing I do like. Oh, the YouTube channels that have 12 hours of rainstorms. I know. I've fallen asleep to those. And I also use there are ones that have the frequencies. They'll play the frequencies all night for 8, 10 hours. Or I've done the YouTube channels that have like sleepy music, the binaural beats. I'll do the binaural beats too for my brain wave patterns. Um, YouTube's great for all that. Yeah, those are good. The 12 hours of rain stuff. We'll see. All I have to do is open the bloody window, and it's raining here. It's raining a lot this summer. We're getting a lot of rain this summer. It's freaking annoying. I wanted to go to the hot tub today. As soon as there's thunder and lightning and it starts raining, they shut down the pool and the hot tub. So, no hot tub for you. Because after yesterday's flying, yesterday I'm in the plane. I'm like, oh, tomorrow, get in the hot tub tomorrow morning. It'll be so nice. No, not on your Nelly. Crochet Tea Party sounds like a good metal band name. Oh, it does, eh? Crochet Tea Party. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And who was I talking to this weekend? I want to get a ukulele. I have to get a ukulele. Oh, Jenna. And Jenna and I are going to come up with a ukulele song for the channels. Root beer floats are the best. Had one in Minnesota airport to cool off. Oh, really? Yeah, see, that's the only time I'll order a root beer. Root beer isn't a thing I usually order. Unless I'm like in a diner kind of situation. But then see if they've got banana malts. I'll have a banana malt over a root beer float. Oh, Kate Delight, you have issues, sleepy issues too. Yep. It happens. And then, of course, your brain goes into like seize mode because you don't sleep and nothing works right. I was traumatized beyond what. Oh, dear. We had storms at the campground last night, and the dog barked all night. It was not restful after a long day of traveling. Oh, I bet that was yeah, I bet that was a pain in the bum. Jenna and Sandy and Cheryl with ukuleles. That's it. That's it. It was Sandy. Sandy and me and Jenna. Because I think Jenna said she had a ukulele already, or did Sandy say she had a ukulele? We need you. Anyway, we decided we're going to get ukuleles and start a band. So I really have to go down to the guitar center downtown and see what they got. I've had insomnia issues since I was a teenager. Yeah, see, yeah, since I was a kid, I've had, and it doesn't matter where I am, what I eat or drink. It's my brain. My brain's like, no, you're gonna think about things. How's that? Here, think about all this unnecessary trivia. Oh, how about we throw in a little anxious thought? How about some stuff we don't even need? Well, let's make some stuff up too. It's great. So, yeah, over the years, I learned to meditate and breathe things and think things and get, clear things and align things. And yeah, I've done all that. And it would bliss me out for 3 to 4 hours at the most. I'd get nice and relaxed. And after the 4 hours, bang, we're right back to. And And yeah, a little bit of stress. Oh, if stress is added, a little bit of salt-based stress, then yeah, sleep is no, it doesn't happen. And I'm just pretty much worthless the next day. Have the ukuleles custom painted to match. Oh, that's a good idea. That would be really cute. I know. See, Hawaii has some great ukuleles. I know. I really want to. But Hawaii's really far from me now. Now I'm on the East Coast. When I was in California, I went to Maui. It was only a 5-hour flight. But now here from Florida, it's been like a 2-day trek just to get to freaking Hawaii. Don't they have them in the Caribbean? They don't have ukuleles in the Caribbean? Oh, bye, Frizino. You be good boy. You go be good boy. You behave. I just listen to attorneys on YouTube when I'm out. Yeah, I know, but men, you boys can sleep anywhere. Like George, he pulled the couch bed thing out and just hit the deck, and he was snoozing. Us 3 women were walking around talking and watching movies and stuff, and he's just passed out. It was unbelievable. I was actually quite jealous watching him. I love the channel Get Sleepy. His stories are enchanting. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. Oh, I'll try that one. Get Sleepy. Stories are enchanting. I'll have to listen to that. Insomnia problems started in 2nd grade. For years, thought everyone laid in bed thinking for hours. Right, and they don't. I thought so too. But apparently hormones and bad neurotransmitters will do that to you. And anxiety, that's what that is. I told my doctor that I have a troop of howler monkeys living in my head, and they like to have what-if parties. Okay, see? The monkey thing. I've always said, okay, you know how there's the hamster inside in the head, and he's on the wheel and makes things happen. Okay, so I've got my little hamster, but then roving around in the background is a fucking monkey with a baseball bat, and the monkey doesn't like the hamster, and sometimes it gets a bit rough in there. So same thing. I totally understand you. Behave. What's that? You behave. I know, Natalie. Did she land? Natalie should have landed by now. Yeah, she should. Natalie should be in Hawaii now. They're going to have a most beautiful paddle out for Tony. It's going to be gorgeous. We saw the box that they're going to put his ashes in and everything. It's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful. So I hope they're all having a beautiful time as a family together in a moment like this. But it's beautiful over there, so it should be nice. It should be nice. Troop of howler monkeys. See, I've only got the one. You've got a troop. That can't be great, Cricket. That's got to be rough. I like Raven reads. She reads scary stories, but those aren't always good right before sleeping. Yeah, see? It depends. I can't just listen to someone. Yeah, because if I pay, it has to be someone droning on about something that I'm not quite listening to, because if my brain catches attention and decides, oh, this is interesting, then I won't sleep. I need it to be someone droning on about something that I kind of already know about. That always helps. He's British and he plays Rain and such while he reads. Oh, Thomas is his name. Has other readers too. I know, see, like American people like people's British accents. That helps a lot. Tanya, there you are. I was talking about you. Were your ears burning? I miss you like crazy and can't wait to come back to see you. Yes, come back, sis. Hurry up. Natalie for the ukulele. Oh, well, see, I don't want to bother her while she's over there. I'll get one shipped if I have to. Yeah, I'll pay for it. I know, huh? Hey, I did make friends with her sons. With Tony's sons. Maybe I could ask one of them to go and run over to the guitar center and the big on Hilo and go get me a ukulele. Taking naps when my body says so. That's my only solution, not to simply pass out. Doc tried meds on me. It doesn't work against ANTS. I don't do good on meds. I'm not really good on meds at all. And I usually fall asleep in the afternoons. That's just the thing. I just get so tired. It's like a narcolepsy. Like I have to go lie down. It's really annoying. And it might only be 40 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or an hour, but I have to go lie down. Oh, thank you, Los Mittens. I'm at work and just finished my meds. Good. I'm glad you're taking your meds. Can you bring me some? I do not mean this to be mean, but Mormon Stories podcast is the best thing to sleep to. Oh, right. You would, I think were you telling me about this? The man who does that has the most calm, soothing voice, and they last for hours and hours. Right. The Mormon Stories podcast. Someone else told me about this, I think. You're also great for going out there and supporting Natalie and for sharing your experiences. Yeah, well, the love of her life. And he was such a good guy too, such a great guy. It's so sad. So it's so wonderful to be able to be there to support someone. I don't like seeing anyone in pain. I'm trauma gullible. I even told Natalie that this weekend. I can't deal seeing anyone in pain. I don't like seeing anyone in pain or upset. It really does me in. Antagonist negative thoughts, ANT. Okay. See, I was wondering because that's what those shots helped me with. Once I got the shots, I didn't have so many ants. Oh, bless John Dellin, but his podcasts really do go on for a million years. Oh, really? Okay, we'll see if he drones on. I might want to listen. Mormon Stories is really good. Okay. See, someone else told me about this. They're like, you gotta go listen to those Mormon Stories. Unstoppable. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Unstoppable. I read your name in Spanish in my head all the time because I know you speak Spanish. Unstoppable. Hello, honey. Thank you for coming in. I've already been in for, oh my God, 2 hours? Holy moly. Okay, I guess I should be wrapping up. That's a lot. I didn't realize I was sitting there for that long. And I was just going to talk about the weekend, and look what it got into. Wow, that went wild, didn't it? I didn't take meds. I gave them to my patients. Oh, good, because I didn't think you were on meds. I see. John DeLynn. That's it. John DeLynn. I hear there's a Matthew McConaughey. He does sleep podcast. See, no, I would get there. I couldn't, not to his voice. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I'd be like, huh? All right. All right. All right. That's what happens when you get a bunch of squirrels together. Yep. Absolutely. Oh, I'm glad you know what I meant. So, okay, I'm going to go listen to some Mormon stories, guys. That sounds good, unless someone else has put out a live stream I need to go watch. I'm going to go check because I always get surprised. At the end of something, you think, oh, it's a quiet night. I'm going to be able to just go to bed. No. Someone does a live stream that you got to stay up for to watch. And then I'm doom scrolling till 2 a.m. Cuando tenga tiempo, revise su messenger, por favor. I will, honey. I know I'm kind of behind on emails and stuff, you guys. I'm really sorry. If you've emailed me and stuff and I haven't answered back, oh, I've been really bad at it. No, I can't listen to Dr. Phil. He's got a southern, I can't listen to him. I can't. He's drawl. No, it has to be like a really boring monotone kind of voice. Your feral is firing. Oh, yes. My feral is on fire. It got turned up this weekend. You know, we're tired of Mormon stories. We're tired if Mormon stories are thrilling. Exactly. Look how things have gone left when we're like, Mormon stuff, give it to me. But no, I will. I will go and listen to those because a couple of people have told me about them. And that'll be nice just to throw off, listen to something different for a while, get the Scientology stuff away from me for a second. I'm surrounded by it. And no, I don't have George tied up in the basement. I am surrounded by Scientology. Think if NPR was speaking against the church. Oh, yeah. I haven't listened to NPR in a while either. CSPTV has just taken over. I hardly know anything that's going on out there, and I'd rather not the way things are going anyway. I'm gonna just stay inside and crochet and drink tea. It's a lot safer. All right, my loves, thank you so much for swinging by. Thank you so much for interacting with me and chatting with me. That was absolutely lovely. I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed sharing the experience of this weekend with you guys. It was really lovely, and I wish you all were there. Some of you in the chat were, but I wish all of you were there with us. It was beautiful. So once again, have a wonderful evening. Behave, everyone, and be nice to each other, because you never know if someone got an email from Mitch Briscoe. Sorry. I'm so bad. I love you all. Please come back. Thank you for your support. Be good to each other. I love you.